What's up, guys? It's Chris from the Wicked Six team, and today is day 2 of the recap of the fishing tournaments we fished this weekend. King of the Oak, which was over yesterday, we obviously didn't do so hot in that one because of weather. And then today was the final day of the Big Boys tournament. We knew going in that it was going to be a rough one today. They had a small craft advisory put up for noon, so we weren't expecting to be out very long. But so going in, we didn't hear the hail cannons, I think they're called, which scared the crap out of me yesterday. Um, no thunderstorms, no lightning, so it's a totally different atmosphere. We got down there nice and early, launched the boat, got ready to go, got out to the shotgun start, and away we go. Boom, there goes me, Fast and the Furious style. And the only reason I went Fast and the Furious style is because the boats that are in that are massive. They're 40-foot long, 12.5-foot wide, if not wider. They're going to displace a lot of water, and the last thing I want to do is get hung up in the wakes of those boats. So we jetted. We went up the East Coast, got out to about 90 foot of water, because we did look at the weather buoy out of the Oak and realized that the temperatures were 60 something degrees down 70 feet. So we knew we had to be beyond that. So we set up, I believe it was like 90 feet of water, and started doing zigzags. We would go from 90 to 120, or 90 to 140, 140 to 80, 80 to 120, 120 back to 90, 90 up to 150, and we just kept doing those kind of zigzags, trying to find the fish. And I'll tell you what, our screens were loaded. We had a full loaded screen at a good chunk of the time. But there's one or two things that went wrong. First off, we couldn't maintain our speeds to save our lives. We have a fish hawk we could see down, and we just could not keep it on speed at all. I don't know if the bigger boats, I'm sure they have a much better time, an easier time, and a little bit of it wasn't crazy rough. I just think the current underneath was just moving pretty quick. I'm sure I don't know if they have a different tactic or a different way that they do it, but we just could not maintain our speeds. That was problem number one. The other problem is I think the fish had a little bit of lockjaw. They were definitely finicky. It was tough fishing. Sorry, my allergies are killing me today. So we ended up getting to, I want to say like 4 miles down, and we had just made a turn to go up into 150. We got to about 130. And our 300 copper took a pretty big hit. We were running a couple rigs today. We ran 400 copper, 300 copper, a couple dipsies, and 2 downriggers, all throughout the water columns. Some had rig cut bait, some had flasher flies, spoons, and a J plug. J plug was on the 300 copper. It was a Lucky Charms J plug, and it took a smack. So when my guys got on it, started reeling it in, this thing's peeling line like crazy. It was not happy. We finally got it up to the copper. He got maybe 10 or 15 revolutions around to the copper, and this fish just snapped the line. It broke us. And when it broke, it kind of broke my spirit a little bit. I was like, oh man, like we just can't get anything right here. So it is what it is. It's fishing. That's what fishing. It's fishing. I mean, I don't know how else to word it other than it's fishing. So we reset back up, kept doing the zigzags for a little while. The lake started to turn up just a hair, and I didn't want to get too far away, knowing that wind advisory was in effect. And me and my Popeye boat, I don't want to get caught out that. So we ended up going, turning back west, trolled up into some shallower water, to try and get an idea on the brown trout situation. So we looked there, tons of brown trout throughout that whole inside. I mean, they were everywhere. We ended up actually dropping down on them just to have a little bit of fun. But we ended up getting more weeds. There was a ton of weeds out by the Oak in that water. So we didn't have really good luck at all. We ended up calling it a day. We docked up, got on out of there. And I walked with my head held high because, yes, I'm a competitive person. Yes, I want to win the tournaments. Yes, I want to get the fish. Yes, I want to do that. 110%. But I'll tell you why I walked away with my head held high. It was because I had such a good time being out there with those guys, and being a part of it. And if you had asked me in, I would say like April, May, if I thought that this was going to be my outcome of the summer, that I was going to be fishing tournaments at all, and then fishing with, in my opinion, the best guys on this side of the lake, um, I would tell you you're crazy. I would tell you you're nuts, because this whole thing. I'm a huge inshore fisherman, man. I love bass fishing. I love pike fishing. Um, Top water is my thing. Like, I love that stuff. And normally every summer I do something kind of crazy, whether it's buy a four wheeler and go four wheeling, or I go camping a lot, or I find something. And this year just happened to be fishing, and I really wanted to take my fishing up. And I think a lot of that has to do with I love the outdoors. I mean, I'm a big hunter, so I really wanted to try out the fishing side of things more, and and basically just take advantage of the resources that we have in our area. And that's a major resource. Lake Ontario is a major resource I've never even touched before, so I thought this was going to be a great experience. But we ended up buying a rowboat, and it's a long drawn out story. And we fished the Erie Canal, catching walleyes and catching smallmouth like crazy, and we had a great time. This was like early, like May, like first week of May, and to tell me that we would go from catching walleye in the Erie Canal on a battery-powered electric trolling motor to getting a boat, getting the boat fixed, getting it in the water, and then competing with some of the best fishermen there is at the end of the summer in Lake Ontario is just, that's crazy to me. So for me, it was just so awesome to be a part of. And I owe a lot of thank you to a lot of people out there, and those thank yous are coming. But what an unbelievable experience. I'm definitely looking forward to next year, because I can guarantee you this outcome won't happen. We're stoked that we're even a part of it, but next year we're actually going to try and be super competitive about it, and do whatever we can to try and get a couple wins out of there. So, but anywho, guys, if you guys haven't fished the Big Boys tournament out of the Oak or King of the Oak, definitely sign up for it next year. It was an awesome time, unbelievable experience for me, anyways. Just the weather got the best of us, and my Popeye boat held up great, other than cracking a rock on the way back into the marina today. So we broke a prop, but we'll get that fixed. No big deal. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on the damn notifications so you guys get an idea when we're posting up again. We're going to be doing tons of video on this channel over the course of the rest of the summer, the fall, going into the winter, and then coming out and going brown trout fishing on Lake Ontario. So be ready for that. And then all the tournaments next year. I'm excited to take you guys for the ride. I'm out of here. I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm exhausted. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.